I was not gonna make a video about uh the Switch 2, has been kind of falling off a truck, so to speak, and people have been getting it early and unboxing it and finding out that they can't run it without the internet, and the servers obviously are turned off or probably only for specific people. You might have to have a code or something. I don't 100% know on that. But the thing I don't like about this is the fact that it's so sensitive to the internet. Is it going to get to a point where you can't play a certain game? Like these games on these key cards, can you play those if you're like, I used to go to this place outside of when I lived in Cleveland. I went to this place to ride bike, and it was out there. It was way out there. And I liked it because I could ride like 30, 40 miles and see maybe 10 cars the entire ride. But what else I didn't see on that entire ride is internet. I didn't have internet the entire ride. Like I'd have my tracking device on me here, and the entire time I had no internet whatsoever. So if you're a person like that, if you're living out in the middle of nowhere, and I know these people out in rural areas, they have direct connections and stuff like that. I get it. But then I read this article. Well, I come across this article, and it's titled, "Isn't it ironic that people complaining about needing internet for Switch 2 are complaining on the internet?" Now, the relevance to this is nil. There's no relevance. I believe this is a troll comment. Maybe this guy has issues and needs reinforcement and needs people to pat him on the back and talk to him, console him a little. I don't know. Maybe he was ignored as a child. I don't know. Maybe I find that that's the type of people who write these comments or these things. They just need attention. But then I come down here, and then this one writes NPC, which I actually like. It's like it's really becoming to the point where people are so accepting of this bullshit that they just keep buying it. But then I come down to this guy, Specky Beard, almost a disgrace to beards. I know you posted this as a joke, but I have been making this exact point to people who have been complaining about this. Haha. 70% of the world's population has internet access 24/7. We've been gaming online in some capacity since the 90s. We have smartphones, tablets, iPads, watches, all connected to the internet constantly. Now, what is the difference between said tracking device or iPhone, whatever you want to call it? It's a tracker of you. You buy it to get on the internet and make phone calls and emails and all that shit. What do you buy to Switch 2? Are you holding the Switch 2 up to your phone or your ear and start talking? No. Did you buy it for video games? Just to play video games? And especially for regular Nintendo players, specifically just Nintendo players, most of them are physical. They like the physical. They like to hold it. They like to stroke it, do whatever else they do with it. And have it just in case, like last week, for example, the internet here in New York was terrible. Like it just kept going out, which is largely why it wasn't making videos. What do you do if your Switch 2 is like, well, I can't confirm that this game card that you have has actually been blah blah blah, like registered or whatever? Is it just not going to play it? I mean, that might not be the case. I don't know. But I do know that when the internet's off, that from my remembrance, I can't play NSO because it can't find if I've actually paid my NSO subscription. Is it going to be the same for game cards? I don't know how people can't see this. I don't know how people can't see the fact that this thing is connected to the internet 24 hours a day. It doesn't like what you said to little Billy or little Sally over here or Johnny Stockholder over here. We're going to brick your console because we're watching you, because Game Chat is basically the reason we're selling this whole piece of shit update that's basically a Switch Pro, not a Switch 2. I don't know how people can't see that. And then suddenly gamers don't have internet access after all this time. Not the point. What happened to the Wii U and the 3DS a couple years ago? They're like, oh, well, we're going to shut the servers down. Sucks to be you. If you don't have these games downloaded by today, you're screwed. Sorry. Peace. Oh, no, we're not going to turn them back on no matter how much you complain. That's how Nintendo operates. So I don't know why people are giving Nintendo leeway. This is the most scumbag internet or gaming company there is. And speaking of internet, they have the worst internet of all the gaming companies as well. Using the internet to complain on Reddit about needing internet access for a games console to do updates, etc., is actually insane and completely backwards. No, it's not. It just isn't. Games used to just work. Now they don't. Why is that? Their complaints make no fucking sense. Okay. So this is the mentality nowadays. I think you have to go to college and university to be this brainwashed. I think. Maybe not. Maybe, I don't know. But why would you want a console that literally won't operate unless it's connected to the internet? Why would you want that? Why is you like, oh yeah, man, I can't wait to have that. Overcharge me for a Switch 2 or Switch Pro upgrade. Barely an upgrade. I can't believe some of the specs that I'm seeing on this. Charge me $80 for games that look like they came out of the system in 2003. Donkey Kong looks like an indie title. And $70 for an indie title. Meanwhile, Clair Obscur is like couldn't probably even run on Switch 2 and is amazing and is $50. Explain all this to me. And then the 5 or 7 minutes of that disaster on April 2nd of that Nintendo Direct that they had was for game chat that's running at 5 to 10 frames per second. Why does anybody want that? Nobody does. And then they got this $5 camera that they're charging $50 for that's going to spy on you. I mean, video game consoles have been made this way for longer than Switch 2. PC gaming, again, is that I have a huge full tower over here. Am I bringing that with me to the park? I'm going to set this whole thing up. I'm going to bring my desk, the tower, my monitors. Am I bringing that to me with to the park? Am I? No, I didn't think so. So that's irrelevant. Not really. There are many dead spots in the U.S. still. We have third world country internet. Unfortunately, we're so behind compared to other countries. I get 1 gig download. Like, what the hell are you talking about? Like, go to Australia where they get like 8 megabits. In 2025, not 2005, sorry to be reductive, but if you have $500 to drop, what does that have to do with them not having having you to have to connect to the internet? What does that have to do with anything? What is the relevance there? Then you have internet access. No shit. That still doesn't mean that the games aren't on the cart. You're going to have to download everything. People, especially Nintendo fans, they don't want that. And then this one, this dude, this went to the same stupid ass university to this one. If you don't have internet, you're not a gamer. It's as important as having a TV, eyes, and hands at this point. What a fucking stupid statement that is. No wonder the common thread right now in video game industry is playing games that are like 6 to 10 years old. And it's the same thing we're seeing in the car industry right now. They're trying to figure out how they can make it so if they don't like something that you did, or if you didn't make a payment or something or another, they literally can shut your car off and have it. They're even trying to have it so it can drive itself back to the dealership. Anyway, there was a couple other ones. I think you're completely missing the point of why people are complaining it's a handheld console. You know what people do with handheld consoles. And then you know what else? Handheld device, your phone. Again, are you holding your Switch 2 up? Are you making calls with your phone? Is it the same thing? No? Oh, it's not. I don't see you complaining about it needing internet access connection to work. How do you not see the connection? You buy the phone or tracking device, like I like to call it, because it's tracking everything you do. You buy it because it has internet. Imagine that. Like, oh, I want to connect to the internet or call somebody. It's a phone. The Switch 2 is not a fucking phone. Sorry. Just not a phone. And I didn't even hit. I don't even want to know what happens when you hit view more comments. The lunacy of the people nowadays is just, I can't even understand it. I just can't even understand it. Why are you okay with this? Like, why are you okay with a system that that has to connect to the internet, a system that can possibly brick you? And everybody's like, well, it's only going to be if you're modding it. Bullshit. Have we not seen Nintendo sue everybody for everything? Are you kidding me? Do you think it's just going to be modding? Did you not see the fact that they're trying to make it so you can't sue them in America? Have you not seen this? Blinders? I mean, really? Have you not seen what happens on Twitch? Where if you say one little thing that they don't like, they ban you for life. You don't think that Nintendo could get to that point? I just don't, I can't grasp, and they want to do it probably because then they're like, well, let's go buy another one and buy another and set up another account and we'll do it again. Just sales. That's all they care about is money and tracking you. I don't know. If anybody watches this video, you know, I'm sure the comments will be the Nintendo fanboys make the Apple fanboys look like mediocre. It's disgusting to me. I mean, I actually my Switch is I locked it up. Like I can't stand Nintendo anymore. I shut NSO online off. I'm not doing it. This company has gone to shit. It really has. And look at their CEO. Comes from another micro diming entity called EA. I mean, he was brought there for a reason. They wanted micro management of money, or micro transactions of money, just coming in constantly and to watch everything you're doing. I wouldn't be surprised at all if they have a contract with the government, just like Google and everybody else, to watch everything you're doing. Why do you think they spent 5 to 7 minutes on a Nintendo Direct force feeding you to like this game chat that nobody wanted? I saw so many like predictions of what they thought people thought that C button was before the Nintendo Direct came on, and they had to have been like, what the hell? I didn't even notice it because there was something that I didn't like about this the Switch 2 this entire time, so I really wasn't watching it. It just felt dirty to me the entire time. I don't know. And now that I'm seeing some of the specs on it, doesn't have VRR, it doesn't have, I mean, really, I mean, it was struggling to run some of the games that I was watching it. And that game that from FromSoft, I mean, it looks like something that played on the PS3. It does. Everybody's like, oh, it looks so amazing. It looks like something that played on the PS3. Sorry. Everybody wants so bad for the Switch 2 that they're just saying stuff that they just wouldn't say, I don't think. Anyways, that is my video. The only takeaway that I have for this is go play Clear Obscure and forget that Switch 2 is even a thing. I've seen a lot of people canceling out their, after they found out about the internet thing, I did see a fair bit of people canceling out their pre-orders. I mean, this thing is just trash. It really is. From the time of just the whole year. I mean, what were they holding back on? Like what? I mean, they've been pushing it out. What were you holding back on? There's nothing special about this thing. It's outdated hardware, which is Nintendo's thing. But there's nothing Nintendo about this. Well, I guess it is. This has become so Nintendo, just to overcharge for everything. Anyway, that's the video. Talk in the next one, maybe, if there is one. I'm so over video game industry right now. I just don't even know. If it weren't for that game Clair Obscur, which I've mentioned several times, I mean, I haven't played a game, any other game other than that, for about a month. Because it's like, what do you play? Do you get it in the ass for Xbox, PlayStation 5, the Switch 2? I mean, what do you do? Overpay for all this stuff? I'm not going to do it. Talk to you in the next one. Peace.